Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm Jay Skeets here on the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Millis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment away in the stream team. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews for your boys. We will get to the two other conference semifinals that tip tonight. We're talking Pistons-Cavs. We're talking Thunder-Lakers. We're going to break down those series. We're going to predict them. But we had 2 game ones of the semifinals last night. Let's start with the nightcap of the two. Anthony Edwards scoring 18 points.
That's awesome.
In an unexpected sort of return, this quickly at least. He comes back from injury. Wolves hold on to beat the Spurs 104-102 in a very entertaining game. So they take game one, the Wolves do, of the Western Conference semifinals. Where do you want to start with this one here, TK?
I just enjoyed this.
Yeah, this is good.
I was watching this the whole time like that referee watching guys go blow for blow like, ooh, this is so good. This is so good. It just feels like it's going to be a great series.
Yeah.
The teams feel very well matched from like a talent standpoint, an athleticism standpoint, an effort standpoint, a know-how standpoint. Everything last night seemed sustainable to me. It also feels like there's a lot of room for improvement on both sides, a lot of room for adjustments on both sides. That was just really exciting to watch and awesome that it came down to a game-winning shot at the buzzer. Oh. You know, Champagny had a really, really good look. We could talk about if Harper should have went to the hoop. I don't know. Definitely feels like a different series for both of these teams, though. On the Wolves side of things, credit to them. They're trying Wemby. They're trying to score inside on him, but he went for 12 blocks last night, a playoff record. He was blocking so many shots. They were just like, you know what? If you goaltend, that's fine.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
There was a couple of them for sure.
I mean,
the second one was
brutal.
Yeah.
The second one was pretty obvious. Terrence Shannon Jr. hit the backboard before Wemby got it, but in all the hype of the 3 blocks on the first 3 possessions, even the referees were referees watching a boxing fight. Wemby, I thought also, this is like the first time he's faced real playoff defense. No offense to the Blazers. Great defensive team. That was their first time through. They've got a lot of young guys. This Wolves team is much more experienced. Sure. They've been going up against Nikola Jokic, so they are at playoff intensity, and Wemby was having to deal with the physicality they were bringing, the schemes that Chris Finch was throwing out there. That's just a lot of cool stuff happening for a game one, and I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it just as much as this guy?
Absolutely. I enjoyed watching those Timberwolves on the road buy into everything Chris Finch told them. Hey, Anthony Edwards, you're coming off the bench. We'll save you for the fourth quarter, and you will come out and shine, my friend. TJ Shannon, you're in the starting lineup. Also, Rudy Gobert, you move those French feet as fast as you possibly can in front of Victor Wembanyama for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter, you're going to sit. So we can move Wemby as much as possible around. It worked perfectly. Both situations. Anthony Edwards comes out in the fourth quarter, first possession, gets that off-the-ball screen, flares for a beautiful 3, and then Jaden McDaniels gets in the paint, gets Wemby moving so he can fire it out to Naz Reid, who splashed the 3 from the corner. I mean, this is just perfect Finchy stuff. Then Ant over Wemby for 3. Then Ant versus whoever. It was against Champagny, then against Keldon Johnson. The first time, then against Keldon Johnson. The second time, and then we're going to rest Anthony Edwards. You've been working your butt off. So TJ Shannon comes in after the timeout play. You just drive, my friend. Yeah. And it worked perfectly. He absolutely listened to Chris Finch, and he scores. Edwards, you come on in, come back. He blocks Dylan Harper. That rest obviously helped. What a beautiful block hanging with him. And then TJ Shannon one more time after the timeout, got fouled, went to the rim. Wemby missed a box out on Naz Reid because he was flying all around, and so they get an extra bucket, and everybody else on the Timberwolves came through. A big Julius Randle quarter. He was scoring against whoever he wanted. That's the big matchup we're watching. The Randle, the McDaniels against all these wings who are undersized, let's be honest. And then we got a Wemby block turned into a Mike Conley 3 in the corner. So what a fourth. What a fourth. And it did come down to Champagny and them deciding, nah. No timeout. We're just going for it, man.
Got a great look
obviously
at it.
Good.
Yep. But, little pump fake party, relocated.
Pump. But he had a good day, so we all thought, okay, that could go down.
He had just made those 2 great plays, grabbing offensive rebounds for putbacks. I think he actually had 3 because he grabbed the one, dished it to Wemby, he missed, and then grabbed another one, put it in. But, Champagne's a better catch and shoot player than a dribble player.
True.
40% on catch and shoots, 30% as soon as he dribbles one time.
It's different for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Harper had a look. McDaniels was like lurking in the paint. Harper was probably like 2 steps outside of the 3-point line, 2 seconds to go. That would have been a tough shot, but he was playing great as well. Nonetheless, a really, really good look for Champagne, and the dude was awesome last night. So I don't mind him taking this shot, but I really thought Randall was the key in the fourth quarter. Scored 9 points, hit that crazy, I mean, he is a lefty, but that like falling down towards the baseline, gentle off the glass.
That was the bucket of the game.
That was the dagger,
Absolutely.
sort of. I mean, the Wolves tried to throw it away there right at the end of it, but that was the bucket of the game. And Randall being able to hit tough shots in the mid-range was why the Wolves were able to pull this one off. Going small was a great move, but it doesn't work if Randall's not able to shoot over the top of whatever defender, Wemby included. Not to mention like the little Gortat screens he was setting. Wemby was a little bit neutralized in the fourth quarter, whether it was because Reed was spaced to the corner, so Wemby's got to be like towards the weak side, not really involved in the play, or when he was closer to the play, Randall just putting his booty into his knees and not letting him really get any sort of runway to challenge at the rim. So I thought Randall really brought it in the fourth quarter, and he kind of like struggled through the first half of the game, but he really turned it on and came up in the clutch.
Yeah, again, to go to that Julius Randle bucket, the Spurs are down 4. There's like a minute and change to go. They need a stop, of course. So Randall sort of reluctantly gets the ball to bring it up the court because there was some pressure from the Spurs, so it goes to Julius Randle. And this turns into, by my count, a 0 pass, 22 dribble, 8-foot kiss off the glass over Devin Vassell. That was Julius Randle. Not the greatest possession you've ever seen in the world, but when it goes, it goes. And man, it was just dribble, crossover, then the spin. Vassell just trying to stay with him, but he's a big boy and obviously got to his spot. That was a huge, huge bucket. And I just liked all the little things the Wolves did to win this playoff game on the road. And Tess, you went through a couple of them, but I thought Finch was calling timely timeouts just to stop any sort of run, any sort of momentum in that building. Did great job. And then they would score most of the times out of the timeout. Some great design plays when they came back out on the floor. They collected a few offensive rebounds. That Naz Reid one, huge down the stretch. Terrence Shannon Jr., he slid over and drew the charge on Wemby. Another little thing there. They got the call. Was he moving and all that? Whatever. It's a bang call. They got the charge. And then just sticking with plays, 50-50 balls. And you already said the one where, Wemby gets the block. He smashes that thing so far off the glass. It goes back to McDaniels at the 3-point line, but he gets to it, Johnny on the spot, and then gets into the lane, kicks to Mike Conley in the corner for a 3. So, like, outside of, like, Anthony Edwards' lazy pass on the side out of bounds play there that led to the fast break, there weren't many boneheaded mistakes. Now, Ant said after the game, I let Julian Champagny get 2 offensive rebounds too. So that is included. But otherwise, I thought like every guy was making these tiny little plays in the margins that add up to the 2-point victory.
And it almost felt like they were up double digits late because they were executing absolutely everything. And I was surprised after watching Keldon Johnson finish the third quarter with that beautiful shot. And so they're up 1, but they responded in every single play. And they went to what got them a win earlier on in this season against the Spurs, and that was Rudy sitting on the bench. January 11th, they did that fourth quarter. Rudy are sitting, and what was surprising was Wemby really got to Rudy in that game. He scored 16 first half points, but in this game, Rudy was staying in front of him the entire first half. He was moving those feet really quickly. That's why I thought Wemby would have the advantage. Just too fast for Wemby, but he looked super fast guarding Wemby in this game. So that was just a ho-hum first half in this game for Wemby. And then in the fourth quarter, which is what turned their January 11th game around, it was all the smalls against Wemby. And in this one, it was a very similar scenario. That one was a big comeback. The Spurs had a 14-point lead. The Wolves won that one. And this one, it just seemed like the Wolves almost blew them out. It came down to a shot there. But it was 9 with 3 minutes left, or was it 8 with 3 minutes left? I'm not looking at the box score, but something like that. So to get that spread was everybody executing. Everybody.
It was fun as hell. Mike Conley, to give him some more love. 12 points for this guy. 4 made 3, so it was all on 3-pointers. He's a plus 13 in half the game. 6 assists, 0 turnovers. Classic Mike Conley. And like I said, he hit that one corner 3, which was huge. Gave them some breathing room there as the Spurs tried to come back. But guy's 38 years old, and here he is contributing in a huge win. This was like one where, for the series, for the longevity of the series, it does feel like the Wolves needed this one to pull it out at the end, man. Because if that shot goes down and Champagne hits it and they win, and it's like, oh, you already played the ant card and you played really well in a game where Wemby struggled to shoot at all, like 0 for 8 from deep and 5 for 17 overall, and like a couple other things. Fox, a brutal game. It's like, again, for the idea that this goes long and for the Wolves to pull off the upset, had to escape with that one. TK, you're nodding away.
Absolutely. Like Mike Conley outplayed De'Aaron Fox.
Right.
Nobody expected Ant to come back. Like, these are things that are going in favor of the Timberwolves. Like you're saying, Wemby struggled through this game. He did not have a good offensive game, 5 for 17. So you got to win this one, especially like the opportunity is there on the road. And now you have home court advantage. You have experience. You have to think that Ant's going to get better as the series went on. Because I thought he was basically a decoy last night. An 18-point per game decoy, which is pretty awesome. But like, he's not bringing the ball up the court. He doesn't look quite the same driving to the hoop. Like, he got his shot blocked by a guard at the rim. That was very odd to see. He didn't even go up for the dunk. But you have to just think that as the series goes on, he's going to get more comfortable playing on his knee, though. He did have that moment where he landed weird and was kind of like limping around, and then it wasn't a big deal afterwards. But yeah, it was encouraging to see this dude in pregame absolutely dripping in sweat. I've never seen a wetter person than him. During pregame, I was like, oh, he is giving it his all just to be back on the court here. And he definitely lifted their spirits. And once he hit his first couple of jumpers, you're like, okay, the Wolves believe they can win. And that just kind of filtered on down to everybody. Like, I don't know if you can rely on 12 points per game for Mike Conley, but when he hits 4 threes, you better win the game. When TJ Shannon's having an impact like he had yesterday, you got to win that kind of game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd call him a 3-quarter decoy, but in the 4th quarter, it was him that started that thing off, and then it trickled down to everybody else. And this guy came out and was obviously ready to play 9 days after, and we talked about it yesterday. They dropped the video that he had to be coming back soonish. But for him to come off the bench, just bought into everything Finchie was doing, and everything was buying. That's what this team has bought in these last few years. They are a tough out, and Anthony Edwards is absolutely the leader. Simple as that. So they all had to buy in. They all had to work their butts off, but everybody contributed.
And so what did you think about the Wemby 12 blocks there, setting the all-time record in a playoff game? Previous mark was 10 blocks by Mark Eaton, Keem Olajuwon, Andrew Bynum was a surprising name on that list. But now it's Wemby's, though, like Trey was saying, a few he got away with on the old goaltends, and maybe a foul or two here as well, but that shouldn't be surprising when you're trying to block every single shot.
I think that number can go up.
If he's going to block more than 12
I think
in a
there's
game.
a possibility. Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, I roll my eyes at it, but like, I don't think the Wolves should or will stop attacking and continue to put the pressure on. But my God, that's a lot of blocks, man.
Yeah.
And some of those goaltends that he did may get actually called this time if Finch and the Wolves are like getting on the officials, like, hey, man, at least call it so you can go look at it type of variety. Because otherwise you just keep playing.
But I think he can play smarter even in the 4th quarter and not have a guy like Randall absolutely box him out on drives by other guys. I think he can just anticipate that a little bit more. Randall was doing a really good job of just, hey, I'm screening you, dude. And Wemby not able to get around that. We could definitely see more. And he's got to stay more in the paint, and guys have to cover the 3-point shooters more if they're going to do the Rudy sitting in the 4th quarter. Yeah, those 3-point shooters have to be covered, and Wemby could be blocking more. I think there's literally a good possibility that it happens.
What would be on the bulletin board as like must fixes for game 2 if you're the Spurs now down 1-0 in the series?
Make a shot.
That would help.
Yeah, Wemby in particular. He was pretty out of sorts on offense. I thought Rudy was giving him a ton of problems when they were going big versus big, and then the physicality that the rest of the Wolves brought when Wemby was sitting, or when Rudy was sitting, made it pretty tough on Wemby. And like, clearly they've scouted when he dribbles the ball, keep your hands low and try and strip it. They were very active, just deflecting and making it awkward for Wemby. I think it'll start with him hitting some 3-pointers. Like, that loosens things up inside. Spurs need to figure out a way to get him the ball on the move a lot more with Gobert's feet kind of flailing. He doesn't want to change direction all that often. You saw a couple of times when they get Wemby like rumbling down the court, it was tough for Gobert to back up and get a contest on him. So I think that's a huge thing. I have to think that the Spurs will do a better job of figuring out a way to get him the ball inside when it's a small lineup. Like, they just could not get him the ball when he had position in the paint. Credit to the Timberwolves defenders giving ball pressure, which makes it hard to throw the passes, but they need to be able to get him the ball in scoring positions. There were no easy baskets for Wemby last night. There was no alley-oops for Wemby last night. I'd like to see either one of those.
Barely any free throws.
Exactly. If I'm San Antonio, he was taken out of the game from an offensive standpoint, and he said, I was given too much energy on the offensive end, and it just wasn't making sense. He had a hilarious quote at the end of his press conference where he said, basically, if everything was different, it would have been different. So I would change a lot of things if I'm the Spurs, but mostly, like, make some shots. Mm-hmm. You got to make, if you're taking 8 threes, you got to make more than 0.
Yeah, your two all-stars in Wemby and Fox didn't hit a 3 and only hit 10 field goals in total. Yeah. And Fox, like a lot of credit to the defense from the Wolves. They're making it difficult. But even when McDaniels was in foul trouble and Fox knew that, and McDaniels had to play how he approached defensively, he had to change it a little bit. Fox did blow a few that he should have hit and has hit many times.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling he's not going to be this bad again in this series, because this was a really bad De'Aaron Fox game. Quiet all game, blowing layups. Like, even if he scored the majority of his points in the fourth quarter, he still left a lot on the table.
Yeah. It was. I don't know how he could be worse. In all honesty, missing layups, the turnovers. So overall, the whole team has to find Wemby on cuts. Wemby has to just get quicker on turning around and shooting over the big guys who are guarding him and hammering him as much as possible. Your Julius Randles, your Jaden McDaniels, to stop the dribbling, a lot of it, but also just find the dude on the cut and more alley-oops. But Fox, we all know can't turn it over 6 times. Even though a lot of those are bad catches and passes at the same time. So you could have gave other guys turnovers in this game. But Wemby, as soon as he gets into a flow, one of those threes is going to go down. Mm-hmm. He can't be this bad.
Yeah. Any other notes from game 1 here?
We saw a legitimate rebound highlight from Wemby. They ran it back when he just grabbed that one-handed rebound. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And there was that one that he did like a waving with both arms kind of thing. Like that was a block had it with his right hand and then swung it around with his left hand. He did a lot of cool stuff. And just one dunk. What did he literally just have one dunk last night?
Right at the end? A two-hand dunk?
Yeah, one at the start of the third quarter and the fourth quarter.
I do like how NBC has chosen the stat lines with 2-pointers and 3-pointers on there. You don't see that very often. Let us know what's going on in the game. 2-pointers matter to the NBC production crew. I like that. Sometimes like you'll get a Dylan Harper at half. He'll show you. Get your 2-pointers, your 3-pointers. Anthony Edwards again, 2-pointers, 3-pointers. I think it was a fourth quarter line that they showed. Sometimes it'll be fourth quarter line. Anthony Edwards 1 for 1 from 2-pointer, 1 for 1 from 3-pointer. I love just letting us know exactly what's happening. Even Wemby, third quarter, it was 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, 1 assist. They give us everything that we need. I appreciated that.
Well, there was also in the box score a lot of fouls. There's a lot of guys were getting into foul trouble here. My favorite part of the game, officiating part, 6 minutes left in the fourth. Refs called Castle for his 5th foul. He was trying to front Julius Randle. He's fighting his ass off against a guy like twice his size, and he got the foul, despite Randle being the one who probably pushed him way more. I would have loved to have seen just a play on in that scenario, but anyway, they called him for his 5th. I bring it up because I think the rest were like, that was a bit of a dumb one. Right away, called a moving screen, which you can call anytime you want as the makeup call. It was on McDaniels. There was some movement, sure, but, it's happening like 100 times in a game. So bang, 5th for Castle. He comes out. That was the 5th for McDaniels. But Finchie stuck with him. And again, he did change how he had to play defense. Maybe not like going for full-blown blocks on Fox, but still, I guess in his head, deterring it enough where Fox did miss a couple. But, again, that was another thing where Finchie did right. He was like, nah, we'll just stick with him. He's by far our best defensive player, and they have a lot of guards, and we'll put him on it. We'll live with it if he obviously picks up his 6 here, but he's smart enough to try and avoid it, and he did.
Yeah, on the other side, as soon as Castle checked back in with 5 fouls, they put him in a screen and roll action right away and drew his 6th foul, so he was subbed out immediately. I thought that was pretty wise as well.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels, I know it was sort of a quiet game because we're talking about everything else, but ridiculously solid too throughout the game.
All right.
I got more stuff. You hear this every game that Jamal Crawford is on the broadcast. He's always trying to talk up Terry Gannon's basketball skills. He's like, that's not how you play, right, Terry? That's how you do it, TG. That's your footwork. I know you're a shooter out there. He's always talking him up. Also, NBC Scorebug updates instantly.
Yeah, sometimes too fast.
Sometimes too fast. I've seen them put points on the board before the ball goes in.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either. They were calling Wemby and Gobert the French Connection a lot. Mm-hmm. Do you like that movie?
French Connection.
Remind me again?
It's a Gene Hackman movie. Roy Scheider.
Like old.
Yeah. Old. Great car chase. JD, you're a French Connection guy?
He must be.
I mean, the main character's name is Doyle. Whoops.
Yep, Popeye.
Yeah, Popeye Doyle. Yeah.
Doyle.
I'm a big French Connection guy.
I'm a big French Connection guy.
Yeah,
as well.
Gene Hackman. Come on.
Yeah, Genie. I watched it when he passed away. That's a banger. Still good. And my last question was Fiesta shirt setup for the Spurs again last night, wearing their City Edition. If you were going to a San Antonio playoff game, which section would you want to be in? The teal, the pink, or the orangish yellow?
Well, it's funny. There's a couple stray teals in the crowd. You notice that?
Sometimes people
There's
move.
always a teal
that one
in like
sticks
one
out.
of the other color block sections. Can they really pop in the the yellow or the pink or stuff like that? Which one would I want the most? Which one would I wear the most after is the real question. I think the blue one. Yeah, the teal one.
Teal?
Yeah, I guess.
I was blessed with a teal giveaway when we did our Ledger promo. So I've got a teal. So I'd go a pink, just
damn.
something totally
Just
different.
You can collect them all.
I would say, though, I think it was the pink section on camera at the beginning of the third quarter was not full at all. They missed the first few minutes.
Start of the second half, man.
Now, did it
I say this
factor
all
in?
the time.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just never thought of it in San Antonio. I just thought they'd be ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're doing their
everybody's
thing.
got to take a pee break. Everybody wants some food and
that's right.
drinks. But
Too long.
I'm
It didn't
with
factor into anything.
Okay.
I am interested to see fourth quarters, though. We're talking about off-ball screens. If those tick up a little bit, or guys try and sell more, essentially, because you see the random off-the-ball screens when nothing is happening, not even a pick and roll, but a standard. I'm driving, and again, I mentioned Julius Randle doing hey, I'm blocking you out, Wemby. If those pick up a little bit, we'll see, what they're selling there in the fourth quarter. But those were important.
it was shocking to go from the lighting of Madison Square Garden with the Sixers-Knicks game, then suddenly to this game, which is like the brightest game you've ever seen, like both in just being in terms of brightness, but then of course all the colors and the court and all that. It was like very shocking. The
glowing.
change, yeah. Anything else? We got a fun series here. This is gonna go.
Yeah,
this is going
one
long.
This one
maybe.
feels good.
It's great,
Yeah,
man.
especially with the Ant-Man back. Hell yeah. All right, well, let's talk about the first game last night. A little different. Jalen Brunson scored 27 of his 35 in the first half as the Knicks rolled the 76ers 137-98 in game one of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Knicks shot a playoff franchise record 63.1% from the field and became the first team in NBA playoff history to win 3 straight playoff games by 25 or more tasks. Their last 3 first halves for the Knicks go 64 points, 73 points, and 74 points last night. And then they put it away in the third, and then it was garbage time for the fourth.
A lot of garbage time.
Yeah.
While watching this, I was thinking, do we have to like the New York Knicks now? I mean, it's just so many likable players. It's obviously such a historic arena. They'll most likely be the underdogs when it comes to the finals. So, ride them now and cheer for an underdog in the finals. It sounds gross to say you'd like the New York Knicks, but it's kind of hard not to like them, especially the way they're moving the ball. And what the Philadelphia 76ers were relying on too much, I think, was Joel Embiid and Joel Embiid only offense in the first half, and that allowed the Knicks to keep on moving so well. The assists are obviously really, really important, how they're moving the ball. The fast break points. I mean, the fast break, they had 8 buckets while the Knicks only had 1. They had 29 points in the paint, or baskets in the paint, I should say, while the Knicks only had 16 because they're moving that thing. And I know Jalen Brunson was just 16. Excuse me.
Yeah, all the low numbers are going to be on the Sixers here.
Yes. That's right, Trey. But when you're going to Joel Embiid over and over and over again, it allowed the Knicks just to get out and run, and they start moving the ball through Karl Anthony Towns, obviously. Who kept on doing his thing, man. He had an assist to every other starter on this team. And Jalen Brunson was, yes, super spectacular. And when you're going to Joel Embiid over and over, you can just hang out in the corner on Kelly Oubre or VJ Edgecombe and save that energy for kicking ass. 27 points in the first half. So I thought the doubles of Embiid occasionally helped out getting everybody moving, but just to see this Knicks team be able to run, I mean, they just put the Sixers to bed so early while the Sixers weren't moving it around enough.
And of course, there's the whole schedule part of this. 76ers are coming off a Game 7 in Boston on Saturday. Pretty quick turnaround. Knicks have rested for a little bit here.
Sure.
So there's that. But, well, you say sure, but also the Knicks did a great job just putting Embiid in every action. Every pick and roll action there early on, too, which we kept saying in the last series. Like, yeah, Boston, you should be doing that as much as possible. Because he's just limited mobility-wise. And there was a stretch there where, like, Brunson and Mitchell Robinson had Embiid in pick-and-roll action early in the game, and they scored, like, 6 straight times off it. And it was either Brunson scoring or setting up other guys in the odd instance. So to the point where Nick Nurse like, well, let's go zone at some point in this game. And that didn't really work either because the Knicks can shoot so well. So this was a great performance here, but I don't know how much of it was a schedule loss in a weird way for the Sixers.
One team looked like they played a 7-game series, and one team looked like they've been rested and are playing their best basketball of the entire year.
Yeah.
You add it up, and it's another, what did it end up being? 39-point victory for the Knicks. I was thankful for 2 things that have been called out on this here channel. Number one, I was thankful for the staggered start because this game was over right when the Spurs-Wolves was tipping. And then I was thankful that they had the score up there in the top right corner, so I knew I didn't have to tune back in to a complete blowout. It never got close in the second half. Knicks dominated. Brunson was just awesome in this game. 35 points on 18 shots. That's a true shooting percentage of .813, which seems awesome until you see right below him is OG Anunoby's true shooting percentage, 101.4. I didn't know you could go over 100. It's like the dunk score, but it didn't matter who was playing defense for the Sixers last night. They tried Oubre, Edgecombe, Paul George, Quentin Grimes on Jalen Brunson, and they all got buckets on their head. He's getting more and more off-ball opportunities with Karl Anthony Towns playing out of the high post. Basically, they're running the Warriors offense. Karl Anthony Towns is Draymond Green. Jalen Brunson is Steph Curry. Split cuts, Chicago action, the blind pig, all of these crazy plays that they're running, and it's getting him really, really good looks. It's like, what were we waiting for, Mike Brown? Because now Brunson is getting easier shots than he has gotten for the entire year, rather than having to dribble 15 times before hitting a mid-ranger. Like, he's getting open looks. Cat's doing a great job of distributing the ball, and Mikal Bridges played really, really well last night. I thought his length was great, getting over screens against Tyrese Maxey, and then he's creating his own looks in pick and roll. He's creating looks for shooters in the bottom left corner with a one-hand whip pass. Like, Bridges looked really good. He looked like he looked against the Hawks in Game 6, and this was a step up in competition. So only thing I can say for the Sixers is the silver lining of a blowout is your guys didn't play that many minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
it's true.
All the starters are under 30 minutes. Quentin Grimes under 30 minutes. That's awesome because Nurse isn't going to play anybody more than 6 and a little bit of Drummond.
Yeah.
So at least you got to rest those guys.
And look, and if you're a Sixers fan, it's like, well, we already did this in the first round too. We got absolutely hammered by the Celtics early and came back to win the series. So we got to flush this one. And the big part is they're going to have to limit these turnovers that you brought up, Tess. I mean, 19, I think, turnovers in Game 1 for Philadelphia. A lot of live ball turnovers that the Knicks are turning into easy points in transition. And this team is humming offensively. It's one thing to stop them in the half-court setting right now with how they're playing through Cat, the way Brunson is lighting up Philadelphia if we go back to the last time they played in the postseason. You got to take away the easy ones, the transition ones. Like, you got to cut those out. So I think they're going to be better, and there's going to be more of a fight here in Game 2 and more of a game. But this one got out of hand in a hurry.
Yeah. And where are the Sixers going to beat the Knicks offense now? That's the question. Where? Anybody have an answer for that? As far as, is there a strategy? I mean, slow them down, sure. They should be scoring way more in the paint, and that's why I brought up the points in the paint. Because if you're going Embiid over and over and over, that's your answer. But the other guys have to get more involved, I thought, early. Maxey has been feeling it out and waiting for the games to go on that are somewhat close. But the Knicks are just absolutely clicking, so nothing was close. And nothing has been close. I mean,
there was a stretch
recently
where Philadelphia was only scoring at the free throw line. They were not scoring,
Yeah.
period. It was either Embiid or Maxey just like doing everything they could to at least draw a foul and try and get to the free throw line.
So here, Max has got to turn it on.
He went 8 for 20 in game 1 against the Celtics, and then had a pretty solid game 2 against the Celtics. The drop shots are there. Like, the mid-range is there. The pull-up threes are there. He's got to take them and make them. Taking the ball out of the net slows down the Knicks offense as well. Gives them at least a chance to try and set up on defense. But Brunson's going to be able to score. The team doesn't have a defender that's going to be able to hang with him. So they're just going to have to get a little bit more physical. And I think some of their best defense will be having a coherent offense, because last night they did not.
No. And I mean, I know you moved on to the Spurs-Wolves game when it started up. Couldn't blame you. I did stick with this in the third quarter, but that started with Jalen Brunson picking Oubre's pocket. That led to an easy bucket for Josh Hart. Then Embiid threw the ball to Brunson. I mean, that was just, he just gave it to him. OG, dunk on the other end, and then Maxey coughed it up too. And OG, that resulted in a 3. And then that was game, and that's when I was about wrapping it up as they extended the lead there, moving over to Minnesota and San Antonio. But look, this is going to be tough. This is a different team, obviously, than Celtics and how they play, and just like bomb away and hope the threes go. They got a bunch of guys contributing for New York right now. And it's led by Brunson, who, again, after starting slow in that postseason series 2 years ago, like went on to score like 40 plus every game. He would have had 40 easy last night if this is a competitive game. And everybody got a chance at him, and there was no answer. And he's helped out by just not having to do anything on the other end. So maybe that's a small part of the equation here.
Definitely.
Try and get
Make him
Jalen
work.
Brunson involved
Absolutely.
defensively, because he didn't have to last night.
Everybody should be running around screens more. Nick Nurse has got to make these guys work every single minute that they're on the floor for him. 40, 41, 42 minutes, just to make him move at the very least. But he's still going to be super efficient, especially with guys moving around. Cat as he passes to them. But I thought those other guys did a great job. Bridges and Obi and Hart just did a good job of moving as well. So, I don't buy this whole schedule loss thing, but those guys were definitely moving more. I didn't check the miles run in the advanced box score, but it felt like they were moving way more. So, yeah, Brunson's just going to be able to score when guys are flying around like that. They're too talented.
Nick Nurse tried to bring the game to a crawl, went to the old hack-a-mitch, and it was working. It was working. He was bricking him even harder than normal, to the point where, okay, Mitch, get off. We'll bring you back in when we get under the 2-minute mark.
Porty.
Yes, yeah, Huck Porty, you get in there. You can hit a free throw if they foul you. So I don't know. You implement it at the right time. It's smart, especially I think on the road is always a great time to do it too. It sort of takes the crowd out of it a little bit, because the thing just comes to a crawl. It's not entertaining, but it's a strategy you have, and he cannot hit a free throw to save his life. So maybe we see more of that. We also had Embiid taking it was Bridges, right? With like an elbow, sort of shoulder, screaming around a pick there that Embiid was setting. Took it right in the stomach, and Embiid kept grabbing his stomach. Kept doing that.
I just had surgery
I
there,
know,
man.
Yeah. But, nothing dirty, I don't think, from Bridges, but it did make you go, oh, yeah, like Celtics probably could have played with a little more force against this guy when he returned. I'm not saying hurt him. I'm not saying any of that, but make him feel it a little bit. The guy did come back from surgery, and they sort of didn't. And so maybe the Knicks playing with a little more physicality, of course.
Yeah, it just makes you honestly respect Embiid. The guy had his stomach cut open 2 weeks ago, and he's playing in the playoffs.
We had a funny moment in this one. Well, I don't know. Is it funny? You tell me. Josh Hart. They're up so big. He's like, I'm going to do some pranks on the sidelines here. As he's checking out, Jimmy Fallon sitting courtside, and Josh Hart goes down and unties Jimmy Fallon's shoelace. The camera didn't pan down far enough, but we did get a shot of Jimmy having to retie his shoelace here.
Oh, man.
You'll see it in a second. Yep, there it is. Josh Hart.
Got him.
Yeah, what a joke.
I didn't know Jimmy Fallon was a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I thought he was a Boston guy through and through. Guess not.
He's been at several games, that's for sure.
Okay. He's rocking the very bright orange there.
Yes, he was.
For them.
He was
no
indeed.
Ben Stiller last night.
Yeah,
He
and
was at the Met
Jimmy
Gala.
tied his own shoe. That's good. He didn't get an assistant.
Like a lackey
assistant.
come over and tie this.
That made me feel like he's one of us.
What else do you have? Any random notes from the Knicks' big win?
I loved when Kelly Oubre had to guard Karl Anthony Towns, and he came in and checked up and was like measuring his height against him. That was pretty funny. Led to Noah Eagle quoting Fletch, which Grant Hill could not believe. He's like, that's before your day, Noah. Noah's like, nothing's before my time. I'm an old soul. It doesn't surprise me that Noah Eagle would know about Fletch. I bet that's one of Ian Eagle's favorite movies.
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah, it feels like. Yeah, we had Eagle, Grant Hill, and Robbie Hummel. Yeah. I don't remember that combo. Have we had that combo before?
No, it's because it's usually Austin Rivers with Robbie Hummel. And is it Noah? Because I feel like Grant usually calls games with Iron Eagle, but I haven't heard him say Baby Bird before.
He's been with the Eagles.
He's
He flies with both Eagles.
Yeah. I think this is the second time those three have done it together.
Oh, okay.
Just recently, but yeah, it's a new trio. Other than that, I like the Jalen Brunson at end of game. See the stats on the bottom: 2-pointers, 3-pointers. I want it all, man.
You know who does that a lot? That's the international game. That's FIBA for you right there.
That's true.
FIBA loves them some 2-pointers.
NBC's
always tell
going
you that.
international,
I
man.
guess
They're
so.
going worldwide with these broadcasts.
I don't have a lot else, but I do love when the Associated Press report gets all bitchy. Quote, Game 2 is Wednesday night before the series shifts to Philadelphia, with Joel Embiid already pleading with 76ers fans not to sell their tickets to Knicks fans when it does. But the 76ers didn't exactly give their fans much reason to want to keep them Monday. That's just a bitchy AP report right there. That's a little low blow there.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's like, whoa, come on, AP. But, after that performance, yeah, tough. Maybe if you're a 76ers fan, you're like, I could get some good money for these, selling them to Knicks fans. It's not over. It's not over. I think the Knicks are winning this series, but it's not over. It's one game only. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Yeah. It was that was a beatdown. That was a pretty impressive performance on the Knicks because right now, Cat's awesome facilitating. Brunson can't be stopped against the Sixers at least.
OG Anunoby doesn't miss shots.
No, he doesn't miss shots. Mikal Bridges has figured out you can drive to the rim. Like early in the game, he had a 3. He passed open a 3 in the corner that he would have normally taken. He's like, I can just drive to the rim and dunk. Yeah, you can. And then, obviously Mike Brown's just getting little contributions from everybody else. Mitch Robinson had a big alley-oop dunk there from Brunson when they just kept doing pick and rolls. That was a crazy catch. Yeah. At first I was like, did Brunson throw that in? Like it was really weird looking. And you saw the replay. It was an unbelievable grab from Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchie threw it in. Does anybody feel good about the Sixers? Trey, you're the only one who took them. I think who took them?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
He took him in 7.
A discouraging first game, but they lost game 1 against the Celtics in the exact same way.
You want to change your pick. You took Knicks in 7.
Yeah, I would shorten it to 6 probably. But, these are the Knicks. They're playing their best ball.
They are playing their best basketball.
Yeah, they are very happy. It's every other night right now, the way they are rolling offensively and defensively. Great on both ends. Okay, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll start previewing and predicting the final 2 semifinal conference matchups.
This show is brought to you by FanDuel, where the line for Game 1 of the Spurs-Timberwolves was Spurs by 11.5. Yipes. The Timberwolves took care of business there. Trey, how did your parlay go yesterday, which was Embiid, Towns, Wemby plus 20, Rudy plus 10?
All of them under.
All of them under.
Wow, all of them.
Didn't hit a single one. That's right, Tess.
That's amazing.
The meat parlays are tough, man. They're tough. I don't think I've hit one of my parlays since I started throwing them together either. Nah, I had some of them, but I didn't do a classic parlay. So they're tough, but right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins, from player props to game lines. It's all up to you. Everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started. FanDuel, play your game.
Okay, we got a couple of 1-4 series here to break down, to preview, and then ultimately predict the 2 conference semifinals. Let's start in the East here. Let's go Pistons-Cavs. Both teams surviving a 7-game series in the first round. Pistons having to come back from 3-1 against the Orlando Magic, down 24 in Game 6, survive, and then win Game 7. And the Cavs against a very, frisky Raptors team.
It could be both.
I guess you can be both. I meant frisky. To win in 7-2. They did not look maybe as dominant as some thought heading into that series. But here they go. 0-0. Pistons, Cavs. What's one thing you're watching for? In a series, I'll say right now, I find difficult to wrap my head around and try and talk out and predict. I don't know if you had the same experience.
A little bit. You can't. I guess you don't think that one team is really cooking. I guess.
No. I just don't know which team is going to show up from night to night.
Yeah.
With both of them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to watch Donovan Mitchell, who started the series against the Toronto Raptors, cooking. He had 30 and 32 in his first 2 games. But then those pesky Raptors were really good at throwing bodies at him, and he just didn't look like Donovan Mitchell at all. They just got bodies in his way, and so he only averaged 20 for the next 5 games. And Asar Thompson's going to be that one pesky guy following him around, but you're going to see a bunch of guys. Ron Holland might come alive, Javonte Green, to just try and get in front of him, like Barnes and Jacoby Walter did, just not allowing him to get into his shot. So that series started that way. But at the same time, the Detroit Pistons are good at taking away the lane. They're so good at taking away the lane. And that's where Mitchell can thrive. The Magic only shot 45.6% in the paint against Detroit, the worst shooting of any series in 7 years, according to John Schumann.
Wow.
So that's where the Cavs can do well. But I do think Evan Mobley, Jared Allen can be overplayed in the paint too. I think the Pistons, I know it's kind of hard to envision or feel that they're working or that they're clicking, but the Jalen Duren combos with the Asar Thompson mainly can overplay them. So, I mean, that's what it's going to come down to me. It's in the paint, and that's where Donovan Mitchell wants to get.
Yeah, the Pistons are pretty well equipped to be able to deal with the backcourt from the Cavs, because I assume Thompson can guard either of them, right? Like, he can guard Harden, he can guard Mitchell, depending on who they decide to go with. And I think Cade at least has the size to keep up with the Harden. I think maybe the quickness of Mitchell could give him problems, so I would probably go Thompson on Mitchell, like you're saying, which then to me means the front court is really important in this series. So I got 2 of my disappointing dudes going head to head.
Here we go.
Jared Allen versus Jalen Duren. Both played their best in the series in Game 7. Allen basically saved the season for the Cavs in the second half. Duren had his best game in Game 7 as well, but a down series for both of those guys. And I think they both have a chance to make up for it because their strengths really play well against each other. Like, Duren has to be a force in the middle in this series. He got a chance to make up for whatever happened in Series 1, where he was just completely lost his confidence, wasn't looking like the same guy. We know that force can give a finessey team like the Cavs problems. When they look bad, it's because they're getting out-physicaled, and that's definitely a place where Duren can outplay Jared Allen, but Allen does have some skill. Like, he looked awesome in that second half against the Raptors in Game 7. He looked like a ferocious player as well, so you know he can get to that level. I think this has to be a big series for Evan Mobley as well, because he should have a size advantage. I think it would be great for the Cavs if they're able to have some success with their 2 big lineup, because once you go to 1 big, the Cavs offense looks a lot better and it makes a lot more sense, but I think their defense falters then. So Mobley has to show up. Jared Allen has to at least match Duren from an intensity standpoint, and Duren really needs to bring it. Like, this was a bummer first round series for him, and he, to me, was the biggest reason it even went to 7 games. If he steps it up here in round 2, you forget about all that.
Yeah, it's a good point. It is wild to look back at the series and like guys like Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson even, for crying out loud, Dennis Jenkins, they basically had more or if not equivalent shots as Jalen Duren, like in the totality of the series. That's pretty wild. So he needs to have more of an impact. I think he will too. I feel like there's going to be a bit of a bounce back here in a series where he's needed, obviously, against these the big Cavaliers in that front court. I'll just continue with the theme of who's going to help out Cade here. One thing to watch is, can Tobias Harris keep this up? Because was the second best player for the Pistons when they came back there. He was great all series. He still really can't hit a 3. I think a couple more of those corner 3s need to drop. Duncan Robinson, be nice if he hits some more 3s for Detroit to win this series. But Cade's Cade. We're convinced. Cade's getting his. He's going to have an impact on the game. Who's there along for the ride? Be it Duren inside or these shooters outside, because to keep up with the Cavs, who, they got bogged down against a really good Raptors defense, and the Pistons are good defensively. They'll have some breakout moments here, I think, as we get further into the playoffs here. So can Detroit keep up with them offensively? X factors, either side.
I'll stick with those guys that you just mentioned. Tobias Harris, I don't think is going to be able to go off against Evan Mobley, who's going to be matched up with him primarily. That's a lot of length, great defensive player, even though he was questionable through the first 5 games of that Toronto Raptors series, just wasn't playing like himself. His defense was there, and he's still going to be really good against Tobias Harris. So the question of who's going to help the Pistons, I mean, it could be Jalen Duren literally overcoming Jared Allen. Understandable, that could be it, but they just literally have to run a lot. I mean, to have a steady dose to go along with Cade Cunningham and win 4 games, it literally has to be fast break. It has to be Asar Thompson mainly running that thing, just leading it. So I had hope that there would be a bunch of secondary guys for the Pistons to come through. I'm not sure it can happen. So I think the fast break points is going to be really, really key to go along with Durant, who I know it's sort of difficult to say which team is clicking. I think Durant can look at Jared Allen and say, Jared Allen has not come through in a lot of playoff series in his career. I can beat him, Kenny. I don't know who that secondary guy is. It might just have to be fast break points.
Yeah, if you're talking fast break points, it means the Pistons have to force turnovers. That's how the Raptors were able to win their games against Cleveland, was ball insecurity from the Cavs and going the other way, because in the second half of Game 7, only 3 turnovers for the Cavs, and that's when they really stretched out the lead and took control. A half-court game definitely favors Cleveland, so we can't have a James Harden 8 turnover game. You can't have 20 turnovers per game if you're Cleveland. So I think that is a huge factor. For me, a single player is an X factor. He has an X in his name, and it's Max Strus. He's going to be the number one guy, in my opinion, to guard Cade Cunningham. It's going to be tough. Cade's going to get his for sure, but I thought Strus did a really good job against Scotty Barnes in Game 7 of Round 1. Barnes, Cade, different players, but the way to succeed against them is kind of similar. You got to have quickness and you got to have strength, and Strus, I thought, kind of demonstrated that against the Raptors, so maybe he's the guy who can do it against Cade and the Pistons. So I wonder if he actually starts. Like, people talk up Dean Wade, his switchability, the fact that even though he's a tall, skinny guy, like, he guards smaller players better than he guards a big player. Right. So maybe that means he has some success on Cade. He'll have the length factor on him. He's a little hesitant to shoot, whereas Strus, he just lets it fly immediately. So I personally am going Strus over Wade, but you know, Wade is kind of the guy that they turn to, at least to start things off in Cleveland. But I can see both of those guys having an impact. And to me, Strus, as the series goes on, becomes more and more important, because I think three-point shooting is huge here. The Cavs have it and the Pistons don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Kenny Atkinson, as their head coach, showed he can switch it up. He started Max Strus 2 games, and he threw in Jalen Tyson in there as well. So I think you're going to see a bunch of Jalen Tyson guarding Cade Cunningham too.
Okay. And what about on the Pistons? Like, we started to see B-Ball Paul a little bit more as the series went on, some less beef stew as the series went on. I mean, he was great early on, though they were getting in holes, but he was blocking shots left and right. But his minutes dwindled. I wonder if we'll see more with all of the bigs the Cavs have. There's an opportunity for, obviously, Paul Reed to play and maybe gets out there. Mm-hmm. We also have the storyline here of... I guess Bickerstaff revenge is a possibility. Look, you laugh, but by all accounts, they're talking it up. Like, let's sort of do this for JB as they let him go in Cleveland. And then Kenny Atkinson comes in, and we're now the number 1 seed. And let's prove it. I'm just saying. Can't wait to see how that plays out.
Karis LeVert against his old team. I mean, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those guys are a tandem.
Dennis Schroeder against his old team.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's get to predictions here. Cavs Pistons. Tass, sounds like you're leaning towards Cleveland, but
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm taking the Cavs in 6. I'm buying it. The way they ended the series, I don't know if they're slow playing round number 2, because we still haven't seen a steady, consistent Donovan Mitchell like we have in the past, and I think he'll just be ready a little bit more so after seeing an incredible perimeter defense from the Toronto Raptors. So I expect them to ride Mitchell a little bit more. I got Cavs in 6.
Yeah, that makes me a little nervous, because the Pistons defense is better than the Raptors. The Raptors are a good defense, and they made Cleveland look like they were stuck in the mud for basically all the road games. And unfortunately for the Cavs, they don't have home court advantage this one. Cleveland went 40% from 3 in their wins, 28% in their losses. So I think three-point shooting is kind of the key factor here. Like, who else on Detroit can even hit a 3? Can Duncan Robinson get open? Like Max Strus, or like literally whoever's guarding Duncan Robinson, don't let him shoot. I think he's going to be taken out of this series. I'm going Cavs in 6 as well.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that Game 7, I know it turned into a blowout. It should have been a blowout earlier if Duncan Robinson could have hit a 3. He was getting a lot of looks in that Game 7 versus the Magic. There was a lot of above the break 3s. So he just cannot hit them right now. It's very weird. All right. Well, I'm going to take the Pistons. I'm going to take the Pistons with the home court team. I'll say Pistons in 7. But I am coming in, as I admitted, not a great feel on this one. I don't know what we're taking from those last series where like 2 teams involved that they're both playing were pretty bad offenses. Some because of missing guys, or both teams really because of missing guys once Franz Wagner left, and then obviously no Quickly and Brandon Ingram. So it's weird. It's weird, but I like it. Detroit. They're playing for that Bickerstaff factor. They have home court advantage. They have Cade, who I think they have the best player in the series, at least what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
And I do expect a bounce back from their bigs and at least sort of trying to counter out the Cavs bigs there, especially Jalen Duren thing. So I'll go Pistons in 7. What are the people leaning here? Did we have a poll?
63% for the Pistons.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they're backing with me here. Detroit in 7. These guys got Cavs in 6. Thunder-Lakers, top-seeded Thunder, 4-0 against the Lakers this season. It was an ass-kicking. OKC beat LA by an average margin of 29.3 points per game. Some caveats, some missing guys on both. There's no SGA in one game. There's no LeBron and Luka and all that. Okay, but still, that is pretty crazy to see. But here we have them in the second round. Trey, I'll start with you here. Thunder Lakers, what's one thing you're watching for in what feels like maybe a lopsided series here?
It does feel like a lopsided series because my one thing to watch for is where can the Lakers actually win? Because you look at defending and it seems pretty tough. Reeves and LeBron are going to have to guard somebody. Like it could be AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell could have a huge series because I think Marcus Smart probably starts on SGA. I think that means Reeves ends up on Mitchell because LeBron probably hides on Dort. Otherwise, you're putting LeBron on Chet. That doesn't make any sense to me either. And that, unfortunately, is probably the easier side of the ball for the Lakers because I don't know necessarily how they're going to score enough to keep up with the Thunder. They were under 100 in their last 3 games against Houston. Houston is not on OKC's level defensively. LA also averaged the most turnovers per game of any team in the first round, and Oklahoma City pretty good at forcing turnovers. So I think this one's going to be tough for the Lakers without Luka, and it doesn't feel like he's coming back anytime soon. You got Shams and Windhorst saying it's a slow process, and he's not even to the contact stage of getting back. So without him to control the tempo, I think this could be a problem for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, to keep up scoring-wise, Austin Reeves, I think, has to just go off. I mean, he has to be efficient, and he has to score a lot because the Thunder defense is going to be good enough to wash away a fantastic Marcus Smart or Jake LaRavia or those type of games, DeAndre Ayton included. I think Austin Reeves can create. He has to be good enough at that to do it efficiently because, as you said, the Thunder are going to create turnovers and they're going to take care of the ball and they're going to get more shots. I saw this stat from John Schumer where they averaged 5 more shot opportunities than the Phoenix Suns, while the Lakers had 9 fewer shot opportunities against the Rockets. Those are shots and free throws because the Rockets grab a lot of offensive rebounds, but OKC is just so good at taking care of the ball, and they've got that size. They're going to get more shots. So I think Austin Reeves is kind of the important part here. Against a really good defense, the guy can create. Can he do it? Even better than he did at the end of round 1. Assume he's more healthy and ready to do that if you're an optimistic Lakers fan.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. My one thing to watch is just can the Lakers generate enough points? This is all the things you guys are saying here. They need a lot of things to go their way. Austin Reeves needs to regain his scoring touch very quickly here in this series as he comes back from injury. I think Rui needs to continue to stay on fire from deep. And you probably need another, like they had last series, a Marcus Smart game or a Luke Kennard game or maybe a Jake LaRavia game where one random guy hits a bunch of threes to try and keep it close.
I guess Rui was
OKC.
hot. Now you mentioned the guy.
Rui's been good.
He played pretty well.
Yeah, his 3-point shooting.
That guy.
He needs to continue. I mean, the thing is for the Lakers to pull off this upset, so many things need to go their way. And yeah, you brought up the possession game too. It is pretty crazy that the Lakers won 3 of those first 4 games versus the Rockets, despite having way less possessions because of turnovers and offensive rebounds. And it's like, these are things OKC just does even better than Houston. And they have the MVP, probably back-to-back MVP in SGA, who's, an easy 30 to 35 points every night. So you got to obviously just keep up here. A part of that too is will they do the old LeBron, get in sort of the posts and operate there?
Slow-mo.
Yeah. It might be a tactic to try, but obviously this is against a very good, talented OKC defense. And how will LeBron's body hold up here in the playoffs too, as this goes on and every other night and stuff like that? Anything else to watch that you're watching for? Or do you want to go right to X Factors?
I mean, you think Luka's going to play at all in this series?
No.
He's been ruled out for game 1. They say it's week to week. And like I said, ESPN is reporting a slow path to recovery. That's not good.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see him coming back. I also don't think it's going to be a long series. So obviously,
That
the
could be a
longer it
problem.
goes,
Yes.
the better chance
Yes.
maybe he returns. But I'm not thinking that way to tip my hand.
Yeah, and there's not many days off like the first round, so he has to come back, even faster. You don't have those 2 days off in between games. It's just every second day in this series.
What X factors do you have in this?
I'll go with AJ Mitchell.
Yeah.
Of Belgian Waffle University. After Jalen Williams went out, they threw in AJ Mitchell into the starting lineup. First game as a starter, not so good. 5 of 20. Second game, cooking. So he shot 63% his true shooting percentage in that second start. If he's going, it's over. Shea's going to get his. And if AJ Mitchell's getting his, then it's going to be hard for the Lakers just to overcome that. Reeves is sort of my guy I'll be watching as the guy who can overcome that if he does score, along with everybody else you mentioned shooting threes, your Ruiz, your Smarts, and all that. But if AJ Mitchell does what he did to end the series in games 4, I was going to say games 3 and 4. Games 3 was the struggle bus, but he started cooking. So scary times for the Lakers if this guy's going off.
Yeah, I think this is a big spot for AJ Mitchell because you could consider JJ Redick an X factor. Dude's a good coach. He's going to
Absolutely.
make it weird at the very least for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander if the Lakers are somehow able to turn him into a playmaker or just he's trying to get the ball out of his hands. That means Mitchell has a lot more chances to be a creator, way bigger opportunity. And like you're saying, he didn't play all that great as a starter. 1 good game, 1 bad game, shot 36% for the series. We don't really know about Jalen Williams. He's still considered week to week at this point. No sort of updates on him. So opportunity certainly for AJ Mitchell. On the Lakers side of things, I think Rui is a big time X factor here because either he or LeBron is going to have a size advantage against the Thunder's starting lineup. I don't know if LeBron has ever been picked as an X factor in any playoff series, but so I couldn't go for him. So I'm like, it's got to be
But
Rui.
he sort of is, though. Yeah.
He kind of is.
Like LeBron's got to be incredible. Like the
Yes.
three has to fall. That jumper's got to be feeling good because they do drop coverage too. They're going to drop, and he's like, they're going to go ahead, LeBron.
Shots
See
are
if you
going to
can
be
do it.
there.
Yeah.
For LeBron and for Rui.
Yeah.
They both have to shoot like 40% from 3. But I think the forwards, I guess, for the Lakers can theoretically be an advantage if Jalen Williams sits for the majority of this series.
Yeah, an X factor for me, I'll go with the big matchup here. DeAndre Ayton versus, let's go, Chet Holmgren. Obviously, Hartenstein is there too, but I'll bring up both these guys because Holmgren was pretty damn good versus the Suns. Like, he only had to score 18 points per game, but his efficiency was off the charts. He was flirting with a 60-40-90 shooting splits in that Suns series. Now, the Suns didn't have a lot of big guys, so that makes some sense. But then he had his rim protection. He's nearly flirting with the 2 blocks per game. He was really good. He sort of quietly almost like slid into maybe the second best player on OKC, even when J-Dub is out there. So he's fine, and you're going to think he's going to continue to grow. But DeAndre Ayton, when he was playing against the Thunder in the regular season, he was garbage. Like to the point where like Redick was like, Jackson Hayes, you're in. Now Ayton was much better in the first round. He's been better as the season went on down the stretch. He just has to be solid. Right? You're not getting huge scoring games from Ayton, but he's got to be solid. He has to catch these balls. He's got to obviously hit the glass. He can't be pulled for way too much small ball, which they'll try. I get that. Or obviously Jackson Hayes. My God, no. I think Ayton's got a big X factor for the Lakers to pull off any sort of upset here to even stretch this series out. Prediction time. And before I get your prediction, I want to tell you that I saw the Thunder open as 16-point favorites to win Game 1.
Oh boy.
I'm sure it's changed maybe a little bit as the money comes in, but LeBron has never been a bigger underdog in any playoff game.
Wow,
Ever.
Really?
I guess the closest was against the 18 Warriors in the finals. Yeah. So with all that said, where are you going in Thunder Lakers as your prediction for the series?
Yeah, I can't get too cute here. I think the Lakers will take 1.
Okay.
But that's where it ends. The Thunder will be playing for a sweep, but the Lakers get 1. Simple as that, unfortunately.
Gentleman sweep, or
great
does this
question.
get interesting right away with the Lakers taking a game in OKC? or
bloody unlikely. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right saying that at this time.
So maybe it sounds like maybe a game 3 win.
Yeah,
Where are you going?
yeah. It's somewhere in Los Angeles. Can OKC lose one of those first 2 games? It's hard to believe.
Yeah, crazier things have happened. Yeah. Okay, but you're going Thunder in 5.
Yep.
I think that's a pretty common pick here, no doubt. Where are you going, TK?
Line's already shrinking tonight. Down to 15.5.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, a minuscule 15.5. I do think the Lakers will cover the spread tonight.
Okay.
Ooh.
They're going to lose by 14.
Oh, okay. Okay. Backdoor cover, maybe.
Backdoor cover.
Yeah, late 3.
Yeah,
from
3
somebody.
from Jake LaRavia. Goes crazy. FanDuel money shooting out of your computer.
Yeah, the line has been inspired by the Wolves winning in San Antonio, I think.
Absolutely.
You know?
Feels disrespectful. Thunder in 4, though.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay.
Sweepsy.
Yeah, look, we just went through the regular season matchup and how well they play them and how well they match up and everything they do great. I'm with Tass, though. I got Thunder in 5. The Thunder, their defense is too good. Their depth is too reliable. There's this part, too. I mean, they still play like 10 guys over like 12 minutes per game. Home court advantage does matter here, and we barely talked about him, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing the best basketball of his life right now. At least he was in the first round. He has complete control over these games. I don't see why that's going to change against the Lakers all that much. So there's that part of the equation too. So I'm Thunder in 5, but there'll be a weird Kennard game, Nard Dog or Smart, something like that. I got hope in a huge shooting performance, like a variance game for the Lakers.
How many times
Maybe
has LeBron been swept?
Once? Just once?
3 times.
Has he been 3 times?
Yeah.
Obviously in the finals.
Twice in the finals.
Oh, twice in the finals. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, yes.
Yes,
What's the other one?
Denver Nuggets, 2023.
Ah,
the
there
most
you go.
competitive sweep in NBA history,
Oh,
I
that
believe
was
it was
competitive.
called at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're calling for the 4th sweep in LeBron's career here.
Sure.
Okay.
Who gets in trouble with the refs in one way or another first? Marcus Smart or Lou Dort?
It's a great question.
I'm talking flagrants or technicals in some sort of form.
Oh, man. I'll guess Smart, actually.
I agree.
More out of frustration. I'll go Smart.
Like he's got a bigger spotlight on him. Like they need more from him since he'll probably be the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander guy. And the more you ask from Marcus Smart, the more chance you have of something going haywire.
Yeah, as he gets closer and closer to the edge. Dort is just going to inadvertently or not trip somebody, bump somebody, and we'll have spotlight on that, no doubt. But the going overboard feels more like a Smart to me than maybe a Dort.
Totally. We'll see like a Dyson Daniels karate chop to Mitchell Robinson, that kind of thing, getting blown out. Yeah, you'll see something weird. The spotlight, now you're saying that, I could see that in the crypto arena. They love putting the spotlights on the fans. Just pan over to Marcus Smart. It's on him.
Yeah, who gets injured first in this series? That's the real question.
First man injured.
Yeah, like probably happening. Probably Dort or Marcus Smart will be involved in said injury to the other player.
Give me dark horse Chet Holmgren.
Okay.
Taking a big body,
Okay.
falling on his butt.
All right.
I go Alex Caruso. He gets injured a lot.
He
Yeah.
does.
I'll go LeBron, but he'll be fine 2 minutes later. But
Tied up tighter.
it will look very bad for a second. And oh no, now the series really over. LeBron's limping, but he'll be fine. Let's hear from you guys. Predictions for both of those series. Pistons, Cavs, who you got? Thunder, Lakers, who you got? How many games? Who are your X factors? All that fun stuff.
Stream team 80% for the Thunder.
Okay. Sure. I'm surprised it's
Yeah,
I'm
it's
surprised
kinda
it's
low.
lower. Yeah. I would think it would be higher. It's tough to pick against the defending champs.
Yeah.
Against the Lakers team, obviously
high.
without Luka.
That's higher than some of our other series, like our first round series, 20%.
Oh,
Think
yeah,
the Lakers?
high on that side, yes.
Yeah, it's higher.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we only had, I think it was like 84% for the Thunder in round 1 against the Suns.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people hate the Thunder though too, so they're just like picking against them and spite. I think that part of the equation.
Spite choice.
Well, bite of the night, sponsored by Via Tiempo, a tea company. That's right. Tea from Via Tiempo is an S-tier gift. Excellent quality, traditional craft, fun, and informative labels. The 2 best-selling teas are Honey Jean Junmei, which is a red tea, and Clouds and Mist, which is a green tea. But the absolute best gift is the seasonal tea journey, making the tea magic happen, delivering classic after classic with each shifting season. Listen to this. Use the code NODUNKS at checkout
Get
for
outta here.
20% off your order. We'll get this link in the show notes. And via Tiempo ads, big thank you to the No Dunks crew and the community for supporting small business.
Yeah, that's right.
Love to see that.
Yeah, I messed up. We already have the website in there.
Okay.
But not sure what's going on with Via. Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong. No, hold on a sec. Anyway, let me get this corrected.
What are you trying to correct?
My via tiempo.com. I messed up my letters from Michael Busby, a tea peddler, who's requesting your visit. That's a great copy. Probably one of our best copies.
That was good
This
copy.
is a really good copy. I'm interested in these labels.
I checked it out. Yeah.
I'm looking at their website right now. I'm eyeballing the old tree lapsang tea. Of course, the peddler's note. My nickname for this tea is the Cave of Wonders. It just leads deeper and deeper.
Oh, damn. I'm not. Are you a big
beautiful
tea guy? I am not.
I'm a medium tea guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of guests recently, and I don't know why.
Gas?
No, guests.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. All my guests are tea drinkers.
Yeah.
So I wish I had some of this.
Yeah. I'm not either. I threw it out to JD. I'm sure our tea peddler will swing your way if you want.
JD, you're a tea guy?
I love a tea.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What, nighttime tea or what?
Occasionally
tea?
a bedtime sort of
nice.
soothing sleepy time, whatever it's called.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
also enjoy, just your standard British tea and
Sure,
I
nothing
understand.
wrong with
a
it.
digestive cookie with that, perhaps.
Wow. Easy, Grandpa. Easy. Just kidding. Love that, though. Support small businesses when you can. But Jalen Brunson, he was big business last night. Dropped a game-high 35 points. Incredibly efficient. 12 of 18 from the field. 3 of 6 from deep. 8 of 8 at the line. 3 assists, 2 steals. Just 1 turnover in 31 minutes. That's a pretty good stat line in 31 minutes of action, as they all took a break there in the fourth and let the backups get some minutes, get some stats.
I like the Deuce in this game. Deuce McBride was feeling good. You know? The 3-ball mainly. The 2-ball, not so good.
This guy loves 2 balls right now.
They're hot. I mean, the breakdown of Jalen Brunson's stat line as he's doing the interview, I love seeing it. I love to know. Maybe we would have known Tobias Harris was a bad 3-point shooter in that series if we broke it down between 2s and 3s. Okay, now I'm getting a little too far, but anyway,
I guess I
like
should have.
it.
Yeah, I should have told you if my math is right. Jalen Brunson was 9 of 12 on
Correct.
2-pointers.
Correct.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
75%.
It's very good.
Nice.
All right, that's it for today's show. Appreciate you joining us. Again, let's hear your predictions for the 2 series that start tonight. Little earlier start, guys. Cavs-Pistons, 7 o'clock. Lakers-Thunder, 8:30. That's right.
Oh, it's in Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We're first one's on Peacock or NBC Sports Network, which I do not have on my cable bundle. But the Lakers Thunder, it's on NBC/Peacock. So you gotta, unless you have NBC SN. Do you guys, either of you have that? No.
Yeah.
You do? Nice. Good for you. Wow.
Yeah, I saw
I gotta
Kenny
watch
Beecham
on
on
Peacock.
it yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like when I flipped over at halftime, and it was the end of small ball running into the beginning of the game.
Oh, that's a nice lead in for him. Very good. So anyway, those are the games tonight. Enjoy them. We're here tomorrow, break them all down, and get into any other NBA news. You know what? We'll talk Masai Ujiri, I'm sure, tomorrow. Your Bulls are making some front office decisions here.
Bryson.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that tomorrow because we'll have a whole block after the games now that we've done all our previews and predictions. Appreciate you joining us. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, the teacup emoji that we threw in the notes doesn't have a handle. It's just a teacup. You're just grabbing it.
Yeah, those are what they call those, like latte bowls, like those big bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a big old drink.
Like a cup of green tea is what I'm seeing
Yeah,
here. The minty colored, Japanese matcha too.
You prefer the handle?
Yeah, of course. I mean, double grab is all right.
It feels very medieval to hold like
Yeah.
a bowl and sip gruel out of it.
Yeah, drink your dragon blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A miso soup. That's how I drink a miso soup.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
cool
nice.
story, bro.
Brace the day, people.